Hey guys, Vio here. Today I'm going to talk about a topic of the video. I was quite hesitant, forgive me for stuttering, because I was thinking, wondering, and for the topic it's going to be like the Yu-Gi-Oh, the trading card game, and the community as itself as it should, because I really thought about it quite sometimes. I may forget point things of this video, but I'm going to focus on the main factors of not many people don't talk about much as it should when it comes to this trading card game or the community as a whole because they just keep on neglecting it and deflecting it. Pretty much not talking about the main primary source of the problem as a community as a whole. But what really inspired me to do this because I was watching like Underground YGO. I didn't fully watch the video, but in my head I said, you know, for a lot of people who complain about it could go any other media, game, whatever y'all interested in your hobby, whatever related to it. You don't have to be bound yourself to the card game much as else as you should because I've been stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh for like a good. It's more like this, in and out a little bit, but not playing the meta, not playing the competitive. If I play the decks, what I feel comfortable and warm to me, I'd rather play the anime characters decks like the protagonists of each Yu-Gi-Oh series and the side characters decks because it's more fun and you don't have to follow the rules of the game much as less you should because you create the game as you go because sometimes you don't have to follow Konami rules. You could just do your own thing. And then, but we will focus on the main topic. I don't want to add this part. This is like a later part in the conclusion because it's like I'm, you know, getting the pinpoint. So when I thought I didn't vote anything down, I should have voted down. But I would say this as the game as a whole. I would say when Konami makes certain card effects, like they ban and limited to certain rule sets, this is the main primary factor. When it comes to the card game itself, when they have some new materials, I'd be wanting to question that, you know, remember the old cards that used to be broken? And then most players used to bitch complain about it. When we get to the new format, they still bitch complain about the new ones. I was thinking about why we can't just bring back the old card effects. I understand certain rules sets need to be there because if you get the card, they be outlandish and X, Y, Z. They could add on to another card. This card to give to that, and that's one card can change the whole game. But if we have something new formats like these meta decks, I said why we can't just bring back the old cards rather than Konami rebrand. It feel like a knockoff creep where they ban the old cards because they're so powerful the game, and next thing you know, they make new modified like a pre-nerf or maybe add on to it, and then they charge you for like $50 to $100 for a piece of cardboard box. It doesn't make no sense to me. Okay, somewhat in a way, not in a price tag. I mean, like the game mechanic as a whole. I understand some cards need to be nerfed to order to be remodified or make brand new cards to limit it. You know what I'm saying? To keep the game afloat. A balance, like find a balance, but most of the time most of these cars are just like knockoff creed. Like I would say sum up a power creed because whatever you do, you know whatever you try to like get these cars and all that, and then next thing you know it'd be pointless, it'd be worthless because they're gonna semi eliminate and ban it anyway though because it feel like that was a waste of my money. So like players as a whole. So and a waste of time for getting these new brands of cars instead of just using the old stuff. I understand like they may be powerful at the end of the day, but it feels like I know they need to make money off of car games. I wish they could have just, focus on the new cars, like new material stuff rather than rebranding. Like I remember Solemn Judgment used to be broken. You used to pay like 2,000 life points to order to negate, trap, monster spell, any activation whatsoever. And then there's another one called Solemn. I think that just basically like a pre-nerf one when it comes to activation. I think monster effects mainly the most. Like they're just broken down these pieces. I could just say I could just rather use the other ones. Like I don't. Yeah, I get the rule set just a little bit, but it's just like, what's the point in these new cards? And when a player bitch and complain about it, we had the solution to the answer. It's just that Konami don't want to bring those cards back again, like semi-limited it or something like that. So Konami know what they doing, how they make the format as a whole, because they just harvesting us. Pretty much, you guys playing the fall in the game of Konami tricks over and over again. And I find that bad for me because it feels like, what's the point of wasting something that you already know how to play? How can I say this? Keep fucking up my words. Lord Jesus, help me. All I'm really trying to say is that if you have common sense, you already know what you need to do. So what's the point of just dropping a damn dime? Now, if I could, certain things people need to vote for their wallets. No, I'm not gonna get this exact same card because this card is similar to that one. I know they want to make it like you gotta follow this format, but I'd rather not to. I'd rather just use the old cards because at least one thing, at least I have it. At least it was cheap back in those times when Yu-Gi-Oh was not that expensive as much as it should up till now. Because it's like a waste of time. It's a colossal waste of my time. Like a really colossal waste of my time because I'd rather buy the new decks and new formats rather than rebranding like certain cards like spell, monster, trap cards to like put a nice little fat ass $100 bill on the side of it. There you go. Or 200, maybe 500 for a piece of card. Shoot. Is certain value that people complain about card prices as a whole. Well, they decide to try to get that bag and harvest you guys, literally harvesting you to see who can literally get it. The only people who can actually literally get those cards are those people who have money like that, really have money like that. But not many players don't play the game as should, like one of those Yuki tubers. So I'd be one of the questions those who complain about it, the Yugi tubers. Y'all have the money. You have the money, all right. But you're gonna drop a damn dime. Then what's the point of being bitch complain about it? I get it, like you try to speak the voice of the people, but at the exact same time, once they be the main ones to get those expensive cars, like they be 360 in their opinions. So what's the point? Same things I wish y'all could just shut up about, and that's about it. Of the branding, marketing as a whole of, Konami. I'm not white knighting them. It's just that it's more like it's not even that necessary. They'll take it literally too seriously over a, a card game because people forget, literally forget, the point of having fun is when you play your video game, you play, well, watch a movie, you do add funny activities to enjoy yourself. Not every time you cannot be happy, but at least you doing something provocative. Like the thing about this community is lacking was they like to point the fingers at Konami and Yu-Gi-Oh and the genre as a whole, but not really solving the main issue among each other because of their own flaws. The thing about it, I have some history personal experience when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh as a whole when I used to play the card game. I have fun moments, don't get me wrong, but I hate when players belittle players down. I really do. Like the bullying, stealing card games, pointing fingers of, just playing on stupid stuff. They don't want to admit it. And then that's why it drive people away. I understand some people cannot be interested because, they got better things else to do. Let them be. You can't force a player. You got to help some of these players that do want to learn the game and take their time with it rather pushing them away. because they really looking at the computers like what the hell is going on. They don't explain about the problems among themselves as people in general. I know it's good and bad wherever you go. Let's go to any other community, but it's like y'all just being ruthless at times, and then like I said, bitch complain about things that those even need to be bitch complain about because we they don't know how to use common sense and not thinking outside the box of certain cars. Or many people say, no, not many people say it, but when people use the neck deck, like like a rental deck, like a rental Pokemon, you could say that, and win games, or that this the card game became pay to win. I mean, the way I see it in Yu-Gi-Oh, over time, things need to be changed to like, you know, improve the game. Things don't have to be the same. I think I hate majority of the people that just caught up with the past a lot more than they should understand. Those times are gone. You can relive those times by playing the old cards. Let's just play the old cards. Let's just have fun. You know what I'm saying? Not these new modern ones. We just enjoy it for ourselves and just, make way and be peaceful about it. But then again, people just don't know it. I could say that's like, a fairy tale when people just need to learn how to band together and help people out in the card game, but they don't want to do it. So it's more like this. I feel like the Yu-Gi-Oh people as a whole, like 30 years old or 40 years old, I don't want to waste my time playing on something. It's okay to come back once in a while to enjoy it, to play it. I don't want to waste my life of keep playing the card games. Even though you love the game so much, I'd rather be a collector. I have my binder. I'd rather collect the old, not the old Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Sometimes I could get the modern ones like the Pendulum, the Lynx, XC, Synchro, Fusion. In my binder, I have number monsters. They still making some more number monsters, but it's still not gonna bother me. I still buy them because I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Zell. I love that franchise series as a whole. I love certain monsters I collect. There's certain decks I enjoy, like Madoches, Evil Swarms, um, Noble Knights, Wind Ups, like the 4 gen stuff. There's some new ones, but I can't even access to get them because, you know, the card prices are insane at times. There's some cards I really want to get to collect, not to play though. Just have fun memories of them, and then just sorry yapping, but it's more like I want to like say what I have to say, but it's like when you start recording, you forget about certain things. I have like immediate topics that like focus on what's really going on. Of the Yu-Gi-Oh brand and franchise, I feel like you're just collaboratively just wasting time yapping about certain things because they're gonna do what they're gonna do and what you gonna do. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. What about your life? Not trying to be rude, but it's more like, what's the point? Just have fun in your own pace. You don't have to follow the rules. Like I said before, you don't have to follow the rules. Shit, sometimes rules need to be broken in order to have fun. Sometimes you don't have to go on the format. Or y'all could just set up your own pre-tournament. You don't have to go to Konami tournaments. I wish they could just do like, somebody make the ruling and then they could use whatever card like focus on. I know it takes some time to look it up, but they need more people to like, you know, those people who stream dedicated to the card game would like spend time, see all these cards, know all of them, and then look the players can look at it and see what they can do and pull off. I know that supposed to be better cards than others, but hey, at least y'all having fun. At least you don't have to worry about nothing. But the point of the matter is, people focus on the material stuff. It really doesn't make no sense. It's like they make it a part of their life, and it really like it's not that necessary to like be drooling over this card game or any other material stuff whatsoever. Much as I love Yu-Gi-Oh, but I'm not gonna be like one of those people that be like so far gone to the point where it's became part of my life. That's what I said. I don't want to bring. Nah, they need Jesus. That's all I can say. They need Jesus. I can just put it like that. See what we got up here. I need to say because this video is not going to be longer than it should because I did think and talk about some more important conversation, but who knows? I may or may not upload this video because, or it will take a while for me to upload the video. I gotta stop and record because, man, I wish I could just, I wish I'm one of those people that just write things down and say what I have to say. But they sometimes they say things not to be said because I want to focus on the topics that really are actually matter because one video just irked my nerve today because I disagree. They was talking about we need some cars that need to be removable. Why we could just go back and use the old cars? Just use them, okay? Or monsters. That's but instead of just waiting on Konami releasing some new sets and new cars, and then you just have to wait, and you gotta pay a lot amount of money to get those cars. So making things as you go. This use your imagination. That's what I would say. Use your imagination to have fun. You don't have to like sit there and be bound to be like locked up with Konami and their rules. I know I keep on repeating the exact same thing, but y'all understand where I'm coming from. It's just that the community's already messed up. They're only interested what they be interested about, and that's about it for this video. I hope you guys really do enjoy this video. Leave a like and subscribe for other stuff like this. And forgive me being all over the place. Until further notice, y'all stay blessed. Bye, y'all.